always been interested in making music. Rave music in the early 90s was the thing that sort of turned me on to it. It was the first music that was mine, I think. Like I'd had my parents' music before that, and yeah, discovering that was a complete kind of fork in the road for me. I'd played a night called Bleep in Manchester, and I'd met a few people who were involved in the scene. So I think probably through that I found the Facebook group, and then that's been such a hub for everything. They've done a great job of actually treating it as a community.
Sorry, I thought I saw a tentacle.
Discovered nights like the one up in Blackpool, which was the first EMOM that I went to a couple of years ago. Sort of drove up there by myself, and it was just completely out of my comfort zone, but a brilliant night and a brilliant introduction to what makes EMOM kind of so special and unique, I think.
The first time I really got involved in EMOM itself has been the past couple of years for me personally, because I was just doing kind of Modulate stuff. The reason I started Modulate was I kind of thought, well, I do this at home and no one's really that interested. Maybe there's other people like me in the local area. Maybe if I put a night on, people might come and I might meet people who are interested. Yes, I did. I put Modulate on, and yeah, I met Matt, Soul Swing Robot. He came on to the first ever Modulate. I was like, oh, hi, I do electronic music. Can I play? And I was like, yeah, you should give it a go. And then he came on to the next one and just was utterly amazing.
He was kind of robbed from Modulate. I actually met at a friend's funeral, and he was talking about this night that he put on. So that's how me playing live again started. He knew that I did stuff in the 90s in Sheffield, where we both went to uni. He said he put this night on, and I'm like, oh, well, try and get a set together, and that was that. And so, got Rob to thank for that. It's funny, like Matt, Soul Swing Robot was actually on immediately after my first ever set that I played out live at that Modulate, and literally I played my set, and he was just like, well, how do I follow that? And then proceeded to play the most brilliant blinding set. I was just like, that's how you follow that.
It's given me certainly more confidence and that sort of thing, and I think that's helped in other ways that are not strictly related. Those sorts of confidence building things about sort of being on the stage and being yourself and all that sort of thing.
Some people are quite nervous about playing live, and it's very low pressure. The sets are short. You don't have to come up with loads and loads of music. You can play for 5 minutes if you want. Anything kind of goes. The social side of it is so wonderful. I've made lifelong friends from this scene, and many others have.
I was a complete stranger at my first Tentacle, and I left with all those audience members and the promoters as friends. I'd always encourage more people to get involved in it, because you will not get a more welcoming response.
It's quite a diverse group of people in many ways. You tend to find that a lot of people that are drawn to electronic music are sort of neurodivergent, and it can be a real nice link into a community and social structure where people feel accepted. So it provides those sort of social benefits as well, which is really valuable.
We're all in it for the same reason. We're all here to support each other, to be more creative. It's a creative space for anybody. You could be whatever you want to be, you could be whoever you want to be. As long as you're making music and loving what you're doing, there's no problem.
It's just really rewarding as a promoter, I guess, to be able to just give people a stage for 15 minutes, let them come out, play whatever they want to do, and give them the reception that they kind of deserve as well. So we want to try and get a decent crowd, and the crowds are always supportive of whatever people bring along as well. So it's people get that little buzz at the end of like a nice applause and lots of handshakes, and usually a few people coming and peering at the gear as well.
met so many people for whom it provides that same kind of thing, that kind of community, and this kind of group of people who just are just totally into what you do. I could go play any EMOM in the country and I can nerd out to my heart's delight in talking about synths and drum machine and gears and gigs and listen to other people play. And that could be in Colwyn Bay, it could be in Stafford, it could be in Chester, it could be Manchester, it could be London. Wherever you go, you know that's what you're going to find, and you're going to be totally welcomed. And whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you're going to feel at home. If you look at everything that is going on in the world, an EMOM is a brilliant antidote to all that. It's just so not about any of the kind of stuff that's in the news or tariffs or this or that. It's the entire opposite of it, isn't it? So I think there's something about the kind of simplicity and the purity of that makes it quite appealing. So maybe it keeps growing. I don't know. Maybe we're onto something.